Hey, whoever is here. What I do with my own? Hey, Chester. How are you doing? I'm doing great on this Monday. Starting the week off strong. Let me see. Where's my Let me see if I can get my moderator here. I know it's going to be interesting because I uploaded a video earlier and I know that YouTube is shady about notifications. If you've already been notified once for a video earlier, I don't know. I really had now. That's one thing I can't figure out is the notifications for YouTube. And it's not just with my channel, it's with other people too. Like sometimes I don't get notified and I have my notifications set for the channel and I may not get notified if the person is live. By the time I come to the live has already been on for like a minute or two. So I know that's normal for like everybody's channel. It's not just my channel that is happening with. I'm over here looking for my chapstick and I don't feel like getting up. Yeah, Adrianne is beloved sister. And she just posted a video. God dog, I am going to get up and get my chapstick. Okay, well, let me get up and get my chapstick and that'll give other people a chance to come in too. Adrian just posted a video like a couple of minutes ago, and it was very disturbing. Very disturbing. Hey, KK. Lord, did that just fall on my pants? Jesus. I think some of it just fell on the floor. Adrian just posted a video where she was at a restaurant, looks like, and she is saying that she's not feeling well. She said she had been at the ER yesterday for her blood pressure, and they, I guess, had gave her some medicine yesterday, and she didn't pick it up from the pharmacy. And in the video, she's just like, I'm not feeling good. I mean, it's really disturbing. It's very disturbing. Now, obviously, she got to be okay because the video uploaded, but if she was on live, let me look and see. If she was on live, if you turn your phone off, she's on live now saying she's okay, good. Because she didn't look good. I never would have uploaded that. Let me go to her channel and see. Okay, she's saying she okay. I never would have uploaded that though. Even if I wasn't feeling well, I would not have uploaded that particular video. Because it just didn't look, she didn't look good. I mean, her head was like going back and, I don't know. It just looked bad. And if she is having problems with her blood pressure, I know that before, when her channel was in full swing, She was saying that she was having some problems with her blood pressure before, that her blood pressure was high and she had like passed out at the nail salon or somewhere getting her hair done or something. She had passed out and it was her blood pressure. If she is having problems with her blood pressure, when they release you from the hospital and give you some new blood pressure medication, you need to take it if your blood pressure is that high. And you need to stop eating like all this fast food and stuff if you have high blood pressure. Like, that is my problem too. I have high blood pressure. I know because I have high blood pressure. And I don't eat the best. And it's bad because when I was vegan, my blood pressure did go down a lot. A lot. Like, my blood pressure was normal. It wasn't normal all the time, but it had got closer to normal than it had ever been. So, yeah, your diet does play a big role in your blood pressure. If you have to stay away from fried foods and a lot of sodium packed foods and stuff. The good thing about me is because I have so many stomach issues, it limits my food intake. Like, I have to, slow down on what I eat because I know it's probably going to trigger my IBS or something. So that does kind of limit the stuff that I eat. Like, I really try to stay away from Chinese food because I know it's very high in sodium in MSG. And I don't really like a whole lot of fried foods anyway. So that's not my problem. But you have to really be careful with your diet when you have high blood pressure. You have to stay away from alcohol and smoking, all of that stuff when your blood pressure is high, because all of those things can be a trigger for your blood pressure. Yeah, Chester just said she's on live now saying that she's okay. Well, I'm happy that she's okay because she definitely did not look okay in that video. That video was very concerning. Like, I like Adrianne. It's nobody on YouTube that I dislike. I don't dislike people that I don't know. I don't know these people enough to dislike them. Even people that come on my channel and say the stupidest stuff, I don't dislike you. I don't know you. And you don't know me. I'm getting a lot of new subscribers, people that don't know me. And let me say this, just because you're nice to me and I'm nice to you, I try to comment back to my comments because, I don't do a whole hell of a lot of comments. So I have the ability to talk back and forth to my subscribers. Now, just because I talk to you and me and you, we seem to have a nice rapport, doesn't mean that I'm not going to have my opinion, and my opinion may sometimes be different from yours, because it will be. Don't take these snippets of reaction videos and think that what I said in that 10 or 15 minutes is my entire thought process about a situation. I have to keep those videos at us. I don't like to make 1 hour reaction videos. Okay? Because when you look into your analytics, you can see how long people are staying on your videos, what the engagement is, and you want people to watch your videos. If you're making a 1 hour video, people may only watch the first 5 or 7 minutes. So I don't want to make a long video. So I'm trying to cram as much information as I can in that 10 or 11 or 12, however many minutes video that is. Now, I'm not going to be able to touch every topic that I'm doing a reaction to, especially if the video that I'm reacting to is 30 minutes and I condensed my reaction down to 10 minutes or 11 minutes. I'm not going to be able to touch half of the shit that they touched on. So don't think that just because I didn't touch on that part, y'all getting on my nerves already. Already. Right. If I didn't like her, I would, but let me say this. I do watch some people that I don't necessarily like all of their content. I will watch that person just for content, just like I watch Tasty Talks for content. I don't necessarily like her as a person. I don't like some of the stuff that she says or does, but I will watch her for content. And let me say something else. I don't know how many times I have to tell some of you people that saying you too old to be on YouTube, you with your old ass and all of this kind of stuff, you're not going to silence me with that. You're not. Because I know for a fact that I am blessed to be this age. And I'm not ready to crawl into a ball or sit on the porch in a rocking chair. I'm not ready for that yet. And until I get ready for that, I'm going to do this. So you're saying, oh, you too old to be watching these people and commenting on their lives. I didn't know that opinions stopped at a certain age. The only thing YouTube don't want is for children to be involved. Everybody that I comment on is a consenting adult. Everyone that I do a reaction video on is a consenting adult. We all grown. And I don't care if they're grown in their 30s and I'm grown in my 50s. I can still have an opinion. Because if they didn't want 50-year-old people to have opinions, YouTube would cut it out. They would be like, okay, well, there's an age limit here. And, you didn't meet that right criteria. You're too old, so you can't come. They haven't done that. That's like you go to an amusement park. You got to be this tall to ride the ride. Well, there ain't no age cap. So I can talk about whoever I want to talk about as long as I'm not speaking on a little child. Now then you should have a problem. But me speaking on some adults, these grown people, they grown enough to be on YouTube putting their life out there, then why can't I talk? Pamela said her hospital is on, are you on COVID lockdown? Because one of the hospitals out here is basically on the same thing. I told you guys like a couple of weeks ago, something had happened to my son. And I had to go to the hospital and they wouldn't let me see him without a 24-hour COVID. I had to have had a negative COVID test within 24 hours. Now, mind you, this was at emergency. So who knows I know everybody thinks I'm a psychic, but I didn't see that coming. Who knows that they're going to have a COVID test. I was just like, my son was able to let me know that he was okay. And I just left the hospital because the nurse was nice and she did explain that the COVID levels were so high that the hospital wasn't on lockdown, but you can't come in. unless it, I think, unless you were having a child or something like that. Other than that, no. People coming in through the emergency, your family wasn't going to be able to see you without a COVID test, which is sad, really sad. I mean, thank God my son was okay and he was able to contact me and tell me that he was okay. And, I left because I don't want to go through all that. Oh, let me know where the video is. So I am so glad that I'm gonna have to go back and watch uh Adrian's video, because the video that I saw was extremely disturbing. I mean, she is like sitting in a chair and her head is going back, and at one point I thought she had fainted because she kind of went forward, and the I guess the she I guess was holding the camera, and the camera kind of slipped down. I thought she had passed out then. But then she, came back up and she was like drinking water, and she was just like, I'm not feeling well. And she said that it was somebody with her. And I'm like, so someone's with you and they're not attempting to call 911 or anything. And she just kept saying that she was going to pass out. And it just looked bad. It just didn't look good. It really didn't. Like, that would have been a video. I would have privatized that. I wouldn't have put that out there. I really wouldn't have. Yeah, because it looked bad. Like, that had me straight nervous. I was like, is she okay? Is she okay? I hope whoever is with her is, calling for help or something. Because she kept like it seemed like her head kept going back, and it just seemed, I don't know, child. Let me get off of that. Yesterday? Was it yesterday? Or Saturday? Saturday. We went and saw Nope. And if you don't know what that is, it is Jordan Peele's third movie. It wasn't a trilogy, it's just his third movie. And Jordan Peele is an African American producer, director, something. Um, so his movie Nope came out with Keke Palmer and Daniel Kalula. And yeah, it was definitely a no for me. I like Daniel Kalula. I like Keke Palmer. But for some reason, the two of them just did not mesh in this movie. I didn't like the two of them together. The movie was disjointed. It was dry. It was slow. It just didn't give. It wasn't serving. It didn't serve anything. It served cucumber sandwiches with the crust cut off. It wasn't. It was not. It served hamburger made by your mama with white bread when you wanted McDonald's. It just didn't. It didn't give. It didn't give what it was supposed to have gave. Hey Melissa, hey, a heart to a sin TV, hey everybody. It didn't give. It didn't. It didn't. And you know how you want so bad. See, this was my thing. It served potato salad with raisins. It served collard greens with raisins. Did you see that picture of the collard greens that had the raisins in it? It served that. It was it was dry. it just, I was like, what happened? What happened? Did he rush it? I don't know. I didn't like it. I was really disappointed because you know how I'm one of those people, if it's black anything, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna show up. Cause I'm rooting for everybody black. Just like Issa Rae got a new show coming out, and it don't, I know I'm not the target audience. Now I know I didn't. You know how the target audience be like 17 to 35, 40-ish if you push it. I know I'm not the target audience for this. I probably wasn't the target audience for Insecure, but I have been following Issa for a while, and I wasn't gonna miss out on that. I thought y'all was asleep. Don't come in here. You was asleep too. You was asleep because he was looking at me like he had that look like, Mama, don't come in here. Don't come in here messing up. Don't wake him up. So I just came on back. I'ma watch it. I'ma watch Issa Rae's new project, but I know it ain't. It's not for me. But this just it just wasn't. It was just missing something. You know how you bake a cake and the cake is pretty. It's a nice looking cake. But then you taste it and you be like, it's dry. It's dense. Like they done made the pound cake. It's a pretty pound cake. But it's dense. It's dry. That's how it was. It was just dry. And I don't know what could have helped it. The storyline, I guess. I don't know. The storyline just seemed underdeveloped. My husband basically feels the same way. He won't do no review with me though. He basically feels the same way. I mean, he is a little bit more positive about it than I was. Like, he's the type of person, he will find the good. If I don't like something, I'm just like, I don't like it. It wasn't shit good about it. It was hecka nasty. But if he comes on and says anything, he will say the good parts about it, and the parts that he thought were good, I didn't. But that's, you can get 20 people in a room and look at the same thing and everyone will see something different. I just didn't specifically like it. People say they want to know your opinion.
Okay, in this last 2 minutes, I was just.
They can't hear you. You're in another room. He trying to put his pants on.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you outside to go. No, I was disappointed.
Just talk a little bit louder.
I was disappointed. It was a disappointing outing. It was disappointing. I had different expectations or higher expectations than what was displayed, and although you can say there was some messages or some things that are there, story-wise, they just didn't come across. And I don't believe I'm the only one that felt that, but yeah. I mean, there were some good things in it, but overall, as far as the movie in general, no, it was flat. Matter of fact, we had the same feeling in the middle of the movie. We kind of leaned over and said, this is not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's not going nowhere.
It's boring. And
I was like, I don't even wear a watch, and I'm looking. I'm like, God, I don't even have on a watch. How much? I was almost asking my husband, how much more time do we have? Because
at that time, that's when I looked at the watch.
oh, you did?
I had looked at the watch at that time, and I said, well, we got a whole nother hour.
It was slow. The pacing is slow. It's one of those. And you know, I don't mind a movie that's slow if it's a slow burn. You know, if it's slow and it's good, and then the end be like pow 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 pow. But this was like super slow, and then the end was like and then the credits start rolling. And then people just got up and was just looking like, and just, you know, walked out.
Yeah, that was it. It wasn't anything worth writing home about.
She said, one of the young ladies said, was it slow like Signs? Signs wasn't slow, though.
No, it did have that slowness. Like
but Signs was better. Signs was a much better movie than this, though.
Signs was better because they took time to develop their
characters. The characters in Signs, at least you liked them. But you ain't even gonna like these characters.
It had that slowness that was there, and
yeah, I'm like, was he trying to do a M. Night Shyamalan kind of like movie? But even M. Night Shyamalan follows his theme. His movies be weird, but he follows his movies make sense. Like this was just kind of, it was disjointed. Like the characters weren't fully developed. It didn't seem like the story was completely developed. It was just like, go over here. No, go over there. Okay, let's go over here. Look up there. It had that type of, and maybe that was the style he was going for, and I just didn't understand it. It's just not the type of movie style that I like. I don't know.
Well, overall, he didn't want to explain a whole lot of things. He wanted to leave a lot to your imagination, and it seemed like he was trying to shoot an intelligent movie, one that's smart, one that, you know, again, like we were talking, he's not going to hold your hand. He's going to take you through all this and let you come to your own conclusions about what you're seeing, which in some cases, yes, but in this, he didn't connect the dots. You had...
That was it.
You had section A, B, C, and D, but they were kind of scrambled a little bit.
Yeah.
And
They didn't mesh.
Yeah, you didn't tie them together.
Yeah.
So when as the movie unfolded, and I'm like, okay, well, how did he get? Why would he feel like? Okay, all right, you just roll with it. And
I guess it was like you said. He wants you to put it together yourself because it was a very disjointed movie. So you had to take this, take that, take this, take that, take that, and put it together.
I still like House. What was it? House? Wait a minute. What was it? No, Mother. I still like that movie.
Oh.
And Mother was hell. It was.
Yeah,
it was
but
bizarre.
It was bizarre,
but
it followed a theme, though.
It followed a theme,
and it followed it all the way through.
Yeah, but Mother,
you
pissing
saw
people off.
You saw that 11 dozen times.
Mother was pissing people off. We were in the theater. Remember that dude was like, I don't know what the hell that was.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell. I mean, he was hot too. But this was just like, you know how after a movie is over and people are like confused or don't really like it, it's just like really quiet. And people were just,
oh well.
All right then, that was it.
All right.
But the reviews The reviews are weird to me because some people are saying that, I guess because it was filmed, we didn't see it in IMAX. We just saw it at a regular theater. Some people were saying because it was filmed in IMAX, that made it better. I don't see how.
Well, some people were saying that's some of his best work.
Yeah,
Some people are saying it's just below Get Out. A lot of people are saying it's better than Us.
Yeah.
And,
One that guy, I can't think of his name, specifically said that it was better than Us. I don't think so. I mean, I don't think Us was perfect. I think Us, he missed it by just a little bit. If I think Us, had it been developed just a little bit more, that would have been spot on. That would have been a really good movie. This, I I was left confused and slightly upset. Not upset, disappointed.
It was disappointing.
Disappointed by Nope. It was, it just, I don't know. It wasn't what I was expecting. Like, I don't want to, if people haven't seen it, I don't want to do any spoilers. It just wasn't what I was expecting. It was kind of what I was expecting, but not what I was expecting. Just, I was expecting a little bit more. Yeah, I'm not saying don't go see it.
Yeah.
Go see it. Go see it so you can form your own opinion, but it is definitely not a movie that I would see again. I wouldn't. Even if it come on TV, I'm not going to watch it because I think once is enough. Chester said that we need to do a podcast. I'm thoroughly entertained by watching you two discuss different. I've been trying to tell him that for the longest, but he won't do it with me.
I'll do it.
He
Can't do it right now.
I know you can't do it right now, child. You finna go to work.
Can't do it right now. But
He ain't do no podcast with me, child.
I'll do it.
And I thoroughly enjoy the back and forth that me and him have because he's so intelligent and I'm kind of closed minded. If I don't like something, I don't like it.
You're done.
I'm done. That's it. I don't like it. Especially if it's like, I don't even, yeah, like he wants to talk about it and, what could have been there. I'd be like, I don't want to talk about that. I'm over it. I'm done. I'm finished with that. It was stupid. I didn't like it. Just like food. If I go somewhere, the food is nasty, I ain't eating that. And it could be 500 other things on the menu. I don't care. I went there and that was nasty. I don't want to eat there no more. The place is nasty. But my husband, he is more open minded than I am. He will find. You gone?
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't take no lunch?
I'm lazy like that. I was asleep. I'm gonna see if I can come back here.
Oh. If you bring something, bring me some.
Alright.
Alright. Call me later then. He has a tendency to try to find the good in a situation. Now, I'm not like that with people. I do try to find the good in people. I'm not saying that Jordan Peele is a bad filmmaker because he made one film that, I didn't like. But when situations are, I don't want to talk about that shit. It was bad. I didn't like it. But he'll sit up and talk about it. Because we were talking about it earlier. Oh, and I do have a video for the teaser trailer for Black Panther. But we can talk about it here if y'all want to talk about it. If you have not seen it, there is a teaser trailer that Marvel released for the part 2 of Black Panther, which is Wakanda Forever. It is beautiful. It is so beautiful. I mean, it was was when I saw it, I was like, oh, here we go, because it just brought up, all of those memories. I was like, Chadwick. It just brought, it just flooded my mind back to that, because Black Panther, I think, was one of the only movies that brought all of us together as a culture. We showed out watching Black Panther. And me and my husband went to see it in a predominantly white area, and we showed out. It almost everybody at the theater had on something African American, a dashiki, a t-shirt, a African dress, kente cloth, hair pulled. Because at the time I had my dreads, so you couldn't tell me nothing. We showed out. Do you hear me? We got outfits. As a matter of fact, I had pulled these photos because I wanted to insert them into the video. I mean, people were like looking at us, and I mean, everybody was looking good. Everybody, honey, I was a lake down. It was just one of those days when I just felt so proud to be African American. I just felt proud. My husband he had his dashiki on. He was looking good. Had his hair down. It just felt like the energy just felt so good. And the movie was so good. I think we saw it 3 times. I mean, everything about that movie I loved. Everything. I remember my grandson wanted to be Black Panther. All the little kids wanted to be the Black Panther that Halloween. We bought him the mask that like lit up or something. We bought him the mask and something else. Gloves or something. It was a mask and something else. But he was Black Panther for Halloween that year. It was one of the most beautiful, Marvel, they did it. They did it right. Ryan Coogler did it, he did it right. He got it. He hit the nail on the head. I'm going to read your comments in a minute. So, this teaser trailer dropped, and it looks beautiful. It looks like one scene, it looks like they are honoring Chadwick. Everybody is in all white. His sister has like, her face is painted. She has like the dots and stuff on her face. They're all in all white, head covered, the whole 9 yards. Because I'm really thinking that's what I'm going to do for this movie, is wear all white to honor Chadwick, because he is ancestor now. I don't know. It's going to have that underlying sadness, because you cannot help but look at whoever is going to be the Black Panther in this movie and be like, if Chadwick had been here, he would have, been here. Chester said, I remember going to a predominantly white school, and one of the other black boys would always do the chest pound when we seen each other, Wakanda Forever. That just, that movie really did something for the culture. It really did. That movie brought us together, even if it only brought us together for that weekend or that week or whatever. It brought us together because people were showing out everywhere. Every movie theater here in the Bay Area, people were showing out. Theaters packed. Packed. Because they did give a nod to Oakland in the movie. So of course, and this was when that came out, we were still living in Oakland. And so there was a little segment in the movie that was supposed to be a part of West Oakland. And the part in the movie is where, not too far from where I grew up as a little kid. The apartments that the apartments where Killmonger's dad lived, that scene in the front is where, that scene in the movie is where my cousins actually lived in those high rise apartments. So there was a nod to Oakland. So there were lots of movie theaters in Oakland. If I'm not mistaken, Ryan Coogler had given money to some schools or something so that the kids could go and see the movie for free. So it was a lot going on in Oakland. Really showed out for Black Panther. The kids showed out. I think at one premiere they had African drummers, it was a lot. So I'm really hoping that we will show out for this one the way we showed out for the first one, and run them numbers up just like the first one. I mean, the teaser trailer looks really good. I am going to probably release that video later on today. I gotta edit in those pictures, and then I will release that video. So I guess that's it, y'all. That's it that we got, that I came on to talk about. Did I miss anybody's comment? And I do want to tell you guys that, for one, I want to thank everybody for supporting the content. I know the content has changed. I know some of y'all don't know the people that I'm talking about, but just watch the video anyway. It's going to be entertaining. Let me say this. YouTube is an interesting platform. You have to follow the trends. If you don't, you're not going to get any views. YouTube is not going to recommend your videos out if you're not following the trends or making videos that people specifically want to watch. Unfortunately, these reaction type videos get a lot of views. Now, my videos haven't gotten a ton of views, but they've gotten more views than my other videos. And it would make sense to do what is getting the most views if views is your end goal. Now, I'm not saying I'm never going to do any more Orisha or Ifa type videos, because I am. Because if I do get to the point where I am initiated, then yeah, I do specifically want to talk about that because there are people who have been following me through this journey, and I don't want to just drop them and be like, oh, I ain't talking about that no more. Yeah, I am. But, I do want to do some different things. And I know that everybody is not going to understand my opinion or agree with my opinion. And I don't care about that. I just want you to be respectful. Don't come on here talking about you too damn old to be as a matter of fact, let me read this comment. Let me read this comment. And this is off the last video that I just posted. And this is how the person starts off. You are too big. So you know it's going in a bad direction when a person starts the comment like that. You are too big and too old to be elaborating on their life. First of all, you saying you don't care about them, but as an adult, your content is about B Loves and her kids and Dalvin and his relationship at your big age. Just eat. You're not even in Dalvin and Ellie A's bracket. This is embarrassing. Like you saying you don't care, but you elaborating on their life. Make it make sense. I don't care. This is content. And this is coming from a person that is deep throating cucumbers with whipped cream and caramel sauce as ASMR. Like legit deep throating. Like putting whipped cream and caramel sauce on a big old cucumber and just for views. But I can't have an opinion about something that someone posts on YouTube because they're younger than me. I don't understand the logic of some people, but I know that all of this comes with the whole reaction. Boy, y'all be getting big ass mad. Y'all don't like for people to have an opinion. But I'm going to keep having an opinion. So hopefully I can keep making people mad and they can mad my views up into the thousands. I want to make you even madder. I keep telling the Peanut Gallery we need to, and that's what we're going to have to call it. We are definitely going to call it that. I keep telling him we need to do a podcast because we are such different people. Such different. Yeah, she out here doing all kind of stuff to got but you mad at me because I have an opinion. You gotta go on her channel. Go on her channel because I don't want to show her face because I don't want her to be like, strike your channel. Because you know how them haters, they'll do that kind of stuff. But her name is Ashy Ra ASMR. Like she got big mad. And I commented back, and she must have commented back some that had some bad words in it because YouTube wouldn't even post her comment. And when I went to look at I need to open my app through here to see if I can find it because it wouldn't even post. So she must have had some curse words or something in there because I called her an idiot. I'm like, girl, you sound so stupid. What does my weight and age have to do with my opinion. But that just shows the level of intelligence of some of these people. Because you can call me old, you can call me fat, you can do whatever you want to do, but you're not going to stop this mouthpiece. You're not going to stop this mouth. This mouth just going to keep on keeping on until I can't. Until I can't talk no more. I'm going to keep talking. And you better hope I don't get on you. Out here deep throating vegetables and stuff for attention. Your mouth work different than mine. I'm not out here deep throating vegetables to is a cucumber a fruit or a vegetable? It's a fruit, right? Because vegetables don't have seeds. Is that the law? Not the law, but the rule. I think cucumbers are considered fruit. But child, go. If you mad at me over my opinion, then you just gonna have to be mad. And please understand, when I make a video, I'm not gonna be able to hit on every single solitary thing that is in someone's video, because then that would make my video super long. I'm picking out the part of the video that I think is important to me. And if it's something else that you want me to talk about, instead of saying, well, you didn't say won't, just say, hey, almost soon. Can you talk about this part? You left this part out in the video. Can you talk about this? And maybe I can, do a separate video and add that. Don't just get mad because that part wasn't in there. Just ask me to talk about that. Yeah, I guess so. But I don't have a problem. That's my thing, though. I don't have a problem with Dalvin or anybody. I don't dislike these people. But I guess you can't say nothing about. Did you just saw it? Hard to Ascend TV. Did you see it? Did you go to her channel and look at her video? Child, last night we had a skunk come through here. And we have been seeing him walking around the neighborhood. Like one night, me and my husband went to Safeway kind of late. And when we came back, we saw him kind of just like moseying on down the street. Skunks move really slow. I don't know if it's because they're like really low to the ground, but he came in our backyard last night, and he must have marked the area where Gizmo uses the bathroom. He must have marked that area because, honey, we had to close windows and everything. That skunk got back there, must have pissed. I ain't been out there all day. But after I get off of here, I'm going to go out there and check on my plants. Because he must have came down through here and pissed on everything on the side of the house. And I have my little gnome garden out there. And honey, he done pissed all up and down the side of the house. All you smelled was just skunk. It was so strong. And so I went and got my husband, because usually at night we let Gizmo out in the backyard, and we have those motion lights in the backyard. So when he goes out, the backyard is lit up, because as soon as he goes out, the motion detectors will sense him and light up the whole backyard. And we don't, have never really tripped off of any of the little night critters out there, because if the lights come on, they're more than likely going to run away. But last night it was so bad that my husband went out there with a flashlight and was looking around and stuff before we let Gizmo outside, because that's the last thing in the world I want, is for Gizmo to go outside and that skunk come around that corner and piss on him, because he will spend the night outside. We'll put him in the garage. You're not coming in this house smelling like skunk. You will have to sleep in the garage. I'm gonna put him out there, because you ain't coming in here. You're not coming back in here. So we've been on high alert. At night, he and my husband went to work. So it's just gonna be me. But I'm gonna get that flashlight every time I take him outside. I'm gonna look, shine that flashlight out there and look and stuff and make sure, because these critters, they gone crazy. I mean, we done already had a turkey, a wild turkey, fly over in the backyard, and I didn't even know they flew like that, but they do. Well, they don't fly; they fly, but it's this kind of run and jump and fly a little bit just to get to where they're trying to go, and then they'll kind of jump down and walk. They don't just fly like geese. Geese take off, but turkeys have to, they gotta waddle and jump. So yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot going on out here. The next thing we gonna wake up in the morning, it's gonna be a deer in the backyard or something. The deers don't come this far down into the cul-de-sac. I haven't seen them this far in. Now they're out there, but I ain't never seen them come inside of the. I don't think this is considered a cul-de-sac though. It's not really a cul-de-sac. It's just, it's not a through street. Okay, it's weird. But I ain't never seen a deer come all the way up in here. But next, they gonna be in here, child. I know. I know. This definitely is their territory. It definitely, and I agree with you 100%. Because there is an area that cannot be developed. It's undeveloped. That they left specifically undeveloped in this housing complex. They left it undeveloped for the deer. So we have to coexist with them. We got to live with them. The deer, the wild turkey, the raccoons, and the skunks. Those are the major animals that I've seen in this area. Now, if you go out of this area and you go into the hills, I don't know if that's Pinole or what, into that hilly area, they have not raccoons, coyotes over there, because we saw one. But we haven't seen anything down here because this area is closer to the water. So yeah, it's all kind of geese, but the geese don't normally come down here in this area. They'll go over to the park, but not over here. But the turkey and stuff, yeah, they will. What? You saw turkey? Turkeys are everywhere over here. Everywhere. You can't go anywhere in this area without seeing turkey. I mean, I don't mind them. They they have not been aggressive, but they're big. Some of them are the males. Some of them can get really, really big. They look like they could be aggressive. Like I've never seen them be aggressive with anybody. I know that they can be aggressive, like male people have said. Not male people like men, but male delivery people have said that, they have been attacked by turkeys before. They are huge. Some of the males are as big as Gizmo, like really big. Because Gizmo is 19 pounds. Some of them turkeys look big as Gizmo. T- Taller than he is for sure. And when I see them coming down the street, I go in the house. I don't want to have nothing to do with them. Because I'm scared of everything anyway, though. I am deathly afraid. But this whole area over here, before they built these homes, was just land, and it was full of deer and other wild animals. So yeah, it is this area, this development is under 20 years old. This housing area is less than 20 years old. So yeah, the deer and stuff, they like the turkeys, and we ain't going nowhere. We live with y'all. We was here first. Y'all moved here. We was already here. So I don't blame them. I don't blame them. And I know that, when it's hot, they're looking for water and food. They're animals. But just don't piss on me. Don't pee on my plants. Go somewhere else and pee. Nah, I don't. I'm not into harming of animals in their own territory. They live here. So that's not my thing. I'm not into um yeah, that's just not my thing. Not right now anyway. I mean, that's never been my thing. And everybody can't sacrifice animals anyway. If you don't have the ashe to sacrifice animals, you're not supposed to be doing that. So I wouldn't do that anyway. But I mean, it's a nice area to live in if you are into herbs and flowers and plants, that type of thing. Beautiful area to live in. I mean, because California is stays pretty green all year long. A lot of trees, and in the area that I live in, there are. It seems like almost every yard here has a bird of paradise bush. I don't know if that shit came with the house or what. Like, yeah, buy the house and we'll throw in a bird of paradise. Almost every house on this block has a bird of paradise bush. And they're not small. Bird of paradise, those plants grow huge. And I think we don't have one. We don't have one in our yard, but the neighbor next door does. And he has more than one variety. I didn't know that there were different varieties. There's this like real pretty white variety. So if you're into like plants and flowers and that type of thing, California is your place. My father-in-law is into roses. We have so many roses in the backyard. I don't even that now that's my mission, is to learn about roses, because I used to didn't like roses. Like, I'm not the type of person, don't buy me roses as a gift, but growing roses and having roses in your garden and stuff like that, I love that. So I do want to start learning about the different types of roses, and how they grow and stuff. And we probably are still going to move to Sacramento soon, when this housing market stuff is finished. I mean, I would love to stay out here, but the houses are just too expensive out here. Too they just not in our budget, unless our budget changes. So that's it, y'all. I I do have a video that I'm probably going to post, probably around, what time is it? 4 o'clock. Probably around 6 or 7, after I finish editing. Gizmo, you want to say hi? You want to say hi? You want to say hi, Poochie? He's like, no, I don't. He probably going to sleep. You going to sleep? You going night night? He's like, stop talking to me. That's how he do me. Once babe go to work, he be like, I'm not talking to you. Go, leave me alone. I love you. I love you, poo poo. Gizmo is mean. He need a haircut bad. I need to try to find the information to the groomer. My next door neighbor, that the groomer hits all the dogs on this block. So I gotta call her and see what I need to do to get into the rotation, because the dog next door gets groomed on this side, and then the dog next door, and then I just see the groomer just stopping at the different houses. So I got to get Gizmo on the rotation so he can get groomed too, because it's a mobile groomer. She comes to the house and just ring your doorbell. You give the dog. She takes the dog out to her van, does the grooming, and bring him back. And I think he'll be okay with that, because he's not far from home, and all of his scent and stuff is in this area. And as long as she don't start the van up and act like she gonna kidnap him, he should be okay. I don't know, child. You know how Gizmo is. He may act a fool, and the woman be like, come out here and get your dog, because he acting stupid, and then I have to go get him. Hopefully he don't do that, but we'll see. That's it, y'all. I will see you guys. I was going to say I'll see you guys tomorrow, but like I said, I'm not really sure if we're going to do lives every day. So I'm not going to promise that I'll see you guys tomorrow. But if you look on the community tab, the information for the day will be listed there. So if there is no live, it'll be listed either there or in a short. I will either put it in the community tab or in a short. So check those things so you'll know what's going on for the day. I love you guys. Thank you so, so much for supporting me and being here for me and loving me and supporting me in my old big age. I'll see y'all later. Bye.